Welcome to Sipping with Maria and Tika G. We got to pay these bills, so let go. Here's a word from our sponsors. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosted on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more.
It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free.
Whoop whoop!
Boop! Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Today. Sipping with Maria and Tika G. Sipping with Maria and Tika G. We don't talk about politics, religion, or celebrities.
Here.
Sipping with Maria and Tika G. Sipping with Maria and Tika G. We don't talk about politics, religion, or celebrities.
Here.
Catch us every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and don't forget your wine. Sipping with Maria and Tika G. Sipping with Maria and Tika G. We don't talk about politics, religion, or celebrities.
Here.
Sipping with Maria and Tika G. Sipping with Maria and Tika G. We don't talk about politics, religion, or celebrities.
Here.
Welcome to Sipping with Maria and Tika G, where we do not talk about religion, politics, or celebrities. We feel like there's enough vlogs, and other podcasts that talk about that stuff. Welcome to Season 3, Throwback Thursday. This season, we're going to go back. We're going to go back and revisit the top 10 topics with the most plays. Starting with number 10, Season 1, Episode 6. What causes conflict between siblings? That was a good one, with 80 plays. Tika, would you like to introduce our guest for the evening?
Yes, our guest for the evening is Young R.O. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Now, to the topic, what causes conflict between siblings? What is your input on that?
I would have to say, how would I say this? The first would be jealousy. Because when you're dealing with siblings, you always have that one that's, always treated better than the others. You know what I'm saying? So I would start right there.
Okay.
Yeah, I can understand that, because even with me discussing the topic with different people, it has been jealousy, or people have made the comment in saying a mother, either knowingly or unknowingly, will say, oh, that's my baby, and there are other children that she has, and just targeting one child and saying, that's my baby, this person, this child does this, that, and the other, and then which not only makes the other children resent that sibling, but then they also start having issues with the mother. And so then sometimes the mother's like, oh, I didn't even realize I was saying all that, but it's.
And that's what starts the competition between the siblings.
Yes.
Now it's a competition. So, what do you feel about the statement that Tika made, Young?
Well, that's exactly, not even consciously knowing, subconsciously starting that, I want to call it the horse effect, you know what I'm saying, where one, trying to get past the other. So, yeah, that's definitely a mother, a father, anybody can really start that conflict. You know what I'm saying? Oh, God loves me more than he loves you, or you know what I mean? It's always a competition of love. Would be the second point for me. You know what I'm saying? My sister, I can't even really start with her, you know what I'm saying? Because it's always it's always, we didn't have a long time with each other. So time is another thing that, as far as sibling and a rivalry, it's always competing for that time and that love, you know what I'm saying? And I hope I expounded on that for you.
Love is definitely one of them. Like I was stating earlier, it begins a competition, and when you don't know, I guess that's the bad part. But when you know, that's even worse, because I have even been told that I was jealous of one of my sisters because she at the time was in a relationship and I wasn't, and I'm like, I don't want to go through that drama that she's going through. I'm good, or because she has a little bit more than I have, I was supposed to be jealous of her. But come to find out, it was the other way around. Tika?
Yeah, I think the fact that even with siblings fighting or having arguments, I just think that it just stems from a deeper, bigger issue. Like it takes years to build up to that. And even when you see people that are older that are still arguing and fighting, and you're like, wow, you guys have grandchildren, but it has stemmed from when they were kids. It just goes on and on and on. It seems like it's not really something that is always corrected. Like, what do you guys think? It seems like it just goes on, and it's
I
left.
agree.
Yeah, it's just left where it is, and it doesn't change. You only see, in your lifetime, you may only know like one or two people that have made amends with their family. Other than that, it just stays where it's at.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I always tell people, sometimes people don't know what they're doing until somebody tells them, and you have been allowed them to do it the wrong way for so long. It's the right way for them. So when someone do try to correct them, it becomes a bigger problem. But sometimes I have even been told, well, every time ABCD, you always doing EFG, and I never known I was doing it until this person brought it to my attention. And then later I found I was doing it the wrong way for so long because nobody corrected me. I don't know if they were scared to correct me, but I was never corrected. So I continued to do it that way until someone told me what I was doing was wrong, or explained to me what I was doing. And when I seen, I never knew I was doing that. Nobody never told me I was doing that. So I was never corrected for what my actions. So if you don't know, you don't know. But most of the time, I think the parents know. I really do.
I always wanted to speak, because I would agree, but then again, like I said, some parents don't know that they're doing that. They don't even, they've been doing, this is something that's been, transpired for years. Their mom used to say, oh, look at my little baby, that's my baby, you know what I'm saying? More than the other child, you know what I mean? And, what we pick up and what we see and all these things, create for us as adults, you know what I'm saying, later on in life, what we have learned, you know what I mean, and seen and things of that nature. So, that's where I was, that's where I'm at with that, you know what I mean? I agree, but I disagree, but,
Hello?
Yes.
Well, it looks like we have
I totally understand, what young RO was saying, it is sometimes not. It could be something that's carried down. You might not know that you are doing it, but what you said, Maria, is very true. It is when people make you aware of things, and then you have to also be able to listen to what's being said, and realize not everything is an attack on you, or someone may be trying to tell you something for your own good, or
Right.
to help you better a relationship.
Right. And that's the problem. A lot of people feel like I am unapproachable. And I don't think I'm unapproachable. Of course, I think I'm one of the coolest people you can ever meet. Now, my facial expressions is another story, but I don't think. I really don't think, because that's what somebody was telling me. They was like, if I didn't know you, I would think you was straight gritting on me right now. And I was like, what are you talking about? She was like, girl, your facial expressions. I was like, because I be thinking about stuff. That's why I like the mask sometimes, so I can cover my face.
Yeah. I know people say they hate the mask, but the mask helps. I'm telling you.
Yes, because my face be scrunched up. I be looking ugly in the face. I'm like, but I don't. No, I notice it more when I have the mask on, because of course when you're making faces, the mask moves around and shifts.
Yeah, you can feel it.
Right. So before the mask, no, I did not know that I was making some jacked up faces that was unapproachable until someone brought it to my attention. They like, yo, you look like you about to beat somebody down. And I'm like, for real? I'm like, no, I just be thinking about stuff. So yeah, I'm a big thinker. I'll be thinking about stuff all the time. Yeah, if it wasn't for that mask, I think I had some people really angry at me because and I notice it more now. Like I said, with the mask on, I notice because it shifts. But before then, I never noticed I was making those faces until somebody told me.
And plus, more and more things are going on that cause you to make faces too. So it's all in one.
Yes. So back to the topic of what causes conflict between siblings. We said the love, parent loving the child more than another one without knowing, let's say. The jealousy. In my opinion, I feel like parents, most of the time, I feel like they don't know that they showing favoritism, but sometimes I feel like they do know. Jerry graduated from Harvard. Marcus dropped out of high school when he was in the 10th grade. So you treat Marcus different because he dropped out at 10, and then you have the other child that has graduated from Harvard. So in that situation, you know what you're doing. You're knowing the difference. Money. Oh, yes. On the previous episode, when we did this season 1, episode 6, money was one of the problems that caused conflict between siblings, because we seem to think because if we borrow from each other that we don't have to pay each other back. Wrong answer. What you think? I want all my coins.
I definitely have to start with that one. I don't understand why, as siblings or either just blood related at all, feel like one time, hey, let me borrow $20, let me borrow this, and let me borrow that, and somehow they figure in their mind that they don't have to get it back because we're blood, we're related, or because at the end of the day, I mean, a service is a service. Okay, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? You gotta get out of that stigma, because you're gonna be broke. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna be walking around with your pockets hanging out, looking crazy.
Right. Something else that we had talked about on that, other than the money issue. Well, let's go back to the money issue. How can I put this? Me and my god sister, we do that. We borrow from each other, but we don't ask for it back. It's like when we ask for it back, we need it. I just need you to have it when I need it. What I don't like that a lot of people do is, well, let me borrow this $20 until I get paid. You done got paid 5 times and I still ain't got my $20 yet, but I see you on Facebook with your pictures, with your new outfit that you just brought, probably with my damn $20. You know, Tika.
Well, I'm gonna also say something that was slightly mentioned was when there is a death in the family, like when the person is taking their last breath and the family members are saying, "Where's my cut?" And you're like, well, the cut, but it's like automatic. I'm about to get some money off this person that just took their last breath, and then a whole storm follows behind that about who is going to get some money. Was there a will written about who was going to get some money? I was hanging with this family member more than other family members, so I know I'm getting more money than other. I mean, it's just bad. I mean, it doesn't even make sense. Even to the point of taking things out of the person's house, saying, I know this person would have wanted me to have this, and then another family member says no, they would have wanted me to have it, and then it goes on and on. It brings about ugly things, very ugly thing. It brings about there's no peace with that. It's just still so much arguing, and that doesn't make any sense.
Death is definitely one of them. Wow, that was a good one. Young RO, how do you feel about that?
Well, I can definitely relate to that situation. My mother passed, and rest in peace, and it was crazy. It was like, I mean, well, did she have will? Did she write? Does you know what I mean? All those things come into play, and it's just very overwhelming, and stressful because this person was, she wanted to be buried, or she wanted to, like, has their own aspect about their the person that they love, or quote unquote, you know what I'm saying, or cared about, how they wanted to go, or how they wanted to. She told me that she wanted to do this, you know what I mean? And it basically, I could say stress is probably the biggest divider in siblings at that moment, you know what I mean? Because you don't have really, I mean, you don't have nobody to fall back on, because everybody else is everybody's reaching for their own, you know what I'm saying? And that's not that's just, like I said, stress, I guess I would say. You know what I mean? How you feel about that?
Yeah, very, very stressful. And like you said it perfect. Everybody's reaching for their own, and it comes down to not making any sense whatsoever. But no one sees that. So.
And it always be the ones that won't never there. You ain't never come check on grandma.
That's why I said,
yeah. You won't even hear. When the last time you been? We ain't seen you since the last funeral. That's the only time we see you is when somebody passed away. Uncle Paul passed away 4 years ago. That's the last time we seen you. Now you think you entitled. That's what it is. They feel like they're entitled, to things. And it's not. You're not. Sorry, womp. Nope. You're not.
That is very true. Entitlement is crazy because it can go either way. Back and forth, good or bad, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people feel, that's why I say quote unquote, because certain people that say they love that person, or they was, or they cared for that person, You know what I mean? We ain't seen you in God knows what. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All of a sudden, you got so much to say. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
And that's and then family, and also, family members that I thought was supposed to be there, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, they wasn't there, you know what I mean? And that's sad, you know what I mean? Because that person had to pass thinking that those people cared, when honestly, I mean, the reality of it is they didn't, you know what I'm saying?
Sad but true. Sad but true. What's some other things? How about when you're in a situation with the sibling, you have siblings, and you have siblings that in a situation the jealousy comes in because one sibling wants children but can't have children, but the other sibling does have child. I think that causes issues too, and causes jealousy, because mom has the grandbaby from only one child and you can't have any kids. So that causes some type of conflict between you and your sibling. And I guess that falls into jealousy all over again. What you think, Tika?
Yeah, I think that falls into jealousy. But like you said before, the grandmother could be spending time with her grandchildren, and but also make comments towards the child that can't have any children, and say, oh, well, if you would be able to have any children, I'll have some more grandbabies, and like putting that little negative seed in there, and then the person is thinking, oh wow, I'm thought of less than because I can't have children. Because some people say little sly things, and when you're already feeling down,
right,
and then you continue to think about what they said or overthink, and it becomes a bigger issue.
Young R.O., how do you feel about the statement that I made, that in this situation?
Okay, I could definitely kind of relate to that subject. Me and my sister, we have a little problem with that as well, because what I'm saying, I don't want to put her business out, but she's incapable, you know what I'm saying? And I have two beautiful kids, and that causes a lot of strife, because honestly, she probably does, which I never thought about, but she probably does feel a certain type of way, with my kids, being the topic of grandkids, you know what I'm saying, and her not being able to, you know what I'm saying, chime in on that, you know what I'm saying, and through experiences, like I said, I have definitely had strife with my baby mother and her, and you know what I mean, because of her trying to play a stronger role, to try to, which is nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's always she's their only aunt. Like they know like that. You know what I'm saying? They have other aunts, but it's like that's one. Seek. She wants them to seek comfort. She wants them to, you know what I mean? It's almost an initially, like, how can I say this? Like, as if, we're sharing, you know what I mean? Which is kind of, a little bit weird for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I'm the father, but, it's like, oh, I'm the auntie. I should, you know what I mean? And I sometimes let things slide because I, recognize the situation, and which is not always a good thing, because like we said, nobody knows what you're doing to you unless you say something to them. You know what I'm saying? Like we said, you didn't know that you were doing something or making a face, you know what I'm saying, until somebody said something.
Right.
So,
right.
you know, and that's how you know what I mean? I don't want to be long-winded.
Yeah, Tika, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think that I can see where a family member may be coming from in that situation. You know, they can't have any kids, but they, become a little overbearing or overstepping their boundaries when their sibling, has children and they wants to be that special aunt and things like that. And, I know everyone says, of course, it takes a village to raise a child. But sometimes if they are being overbearing, you should discuss that with them. But that's also, I can see a lot of sensitivity there and a lot of emotions there, because they could immediately take it wrong and say, well, that now they don't want me around or in their life or things like that, which is not the case. So
right.
That's definitely a difficult one, because you don't want to take that role away from them, because when you have an aunt that is active, that's still a blessing at the same time, because the aunt is there. The aunt can be there in emergency situations, or can be there to add on those extra gifts that we all know that kids want.
Yes.
And
that
like
you always got that one aunt that lets you get away with everything that you couldn't get away with at home. So yes.
Yes, and it's that one. And you guys have that special kind of bond,
right?
Because the aunt has made that effort to do that. So, and then you hear some people, they'll tell you, like, oh, well, that's my aunt. She's also like my mother. She's been in my life all my life, so that's like my second mom. You hear people saying it, but they haven't said it like in a negative way.
Right.
So, yeah.
All right, listeners, before we get up out of here, I just want to read a few reviews that we have gotten over the months that we have been aired. This one says, sipping my beer with Maria and Tika G. Ladies, I am not going to lie. I was not looking for your podcast. It popped up when I was looking for something else. So I took it as a sign that I should listen to you ladies. And boy, am I glad I did. I have recommended the podcast to my friends and family. Ladies, I can honestly say you ladies are my unofficial therapists. Okay, keep up the good work, ladies. Thank you, Kay Washington in Hampton, Virginia, wherever you are. Another review. Wow. I just started listening to you ladies, and wow, love the topics because I can relate. Ladies, keep up the good work. Don't give up. Y'all got this. Thank you, Dennis in Atlanta. Last but not least, yes, ladies, yes. Finally, a podcast that talk about stuff I can't Google. I am so tired of listening, watching people talk about the same stuff. Thank you, ladies. I really enjoy your show. And that's for MH. Thank you for the reviews, everybody. Please just keep them coming. You can always leave us a message or a voicemail on our website at www.sippingwithmaria3, Tika, TIKAGEE.com, or you can listen to, leave a message and listen to us on any platform that you listen to podcasts on as well. Again, welcome to season 3, Throwback Thursday, where we go back and revisit the top 10 topics with the most plays. We started this evening with number 10, season 1, episode 6, What Causes Conflict Between Siblings, with 80 plays with our special guest, Young R.O. Thank you, and remember, Catch us every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sipping with Maria and Tika G. Sipping with Maria and Tika G. We don't talk about politics, religion, or celebrities. Sipping with Maria and Tika G. Sipping with Maria and Tika G. We don't talk about politics, religion, or celebrities. Catch us every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and don't forget your wine. Sipping with Maria and Tika G. Sipping with Maria and Tika G. We don't talk about politics, religion, or celebrities. Sipping with Maria and Tika G. Sipping with Maria and Tika G. We don't talk about politics, religion, or celebrities.